Welcome to this deep dive.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, where we're going through 14 years
Wow.
of blog posts from a software developer.
A software developer, huh?
Yeah, and they've given us quite the mix here.
Sounds eclectic.
It is eclectic health tech parenting
Wow.
philosophy, even a bit of sci-fi.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to see.
Sci-fi from a software developer.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I'm intrigued.
What gems we uncover.
Yeah, and what we're going to find out about this guy or girl.
Right.
It's remarkable how this blogger connects all these seemingly different topics. I mean, it really shows a curious mind.
Absolutely.
They're just constantly searching for patterns, for meaning.
That's what I got out of it, too.
Yeah.
Let's start with something that really hit home for me.
Okay.
Their experience with gluten sensitivity. And they weren't just a little sensitive. They were seriously struggling.
Oh, wow. Yeah. And the worst part?
Okay.
Doctors couldn't figure it out.
Oh, no.
For years.
So they were just living with this awful.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
And it makes you think
I mean,
about how much we still don't know
right.
about these kinds of conditions.
Yeah. You would think in this day and age that we would have this all figured out.
Right.
But we don't.
Clearly we don't.
Clearly we don't.
What's striking is that they didn't just sit back and accept this.
Right.
They took matters into their own hands.
Correct.
Testing and eliminating foods until they finally found the culprit, gluten.
It's that problem-solving mindset.
It is.
That really shines through in their writing. Like that time they had a bad reaction to a single
oh my goodness
drop of soup in their eye.
A drop of soup in their eye.
I know. It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
They meticulously traced it back to a contaminated pot, highlighting how careful people with severe sensitivities have to be.
Oh, yeah.
It's a wake-up call about the very real impact of something that a lot of people dismiss as a fad.
Right, exactly. And it's not a fad. It's real.
It's not.
And it's serious.
Yeah.
And it connects to a larger point they make about the importance of self-advocacy in healthcare.
Yes.
You know?
Absolutely.
We can't always rely on others.
Right.
They have all the answers.
Right.
Sometimes
yourself.
We have to be our own detectives.
Yes.
Especially when it comes to something as personal as our health.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's such a crucial message. And speaking of health,
the
blogger also has some really fascinating insights on Alzheimer's prevention.
Okay, Alzheimer's.
They call exercise, diet, and sleep
all right.
the trinity of health.
Okay, the Trinity.
Yeah, and they emphasize that.
Okay.
It's never too early to start thinking about these things.
Oh, so you're saying even younger people should be thinking about this?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because they actually argue that Alzheimer's starts developing much earlier than we think.
Oh, wow.
Maybe even in our 20s.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's wild.
That's scary.
I know.
It really challenges the idea
it does.
that it's just a disease of old age.
Right.
It's
like changes your whole perspective on it.
It puts the power back in our hands.
Yes.
It suggests that our lifestyle choices can have a significant impact on our long-term brain health.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when it comes to diet, they don't shy away from tough topics.
Oh, good.
No, they don't.
Let's hear it.
They compare sugar addiction to alcohol addiction. They even go so far as to say that sugar might be worse.
Worse than alcohol?
Because its effects are more insidious.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I mean, I've heard that before, but that's...
I mean, when they lay it all out there, it's hard to argue with.
Yeah.
They describe how sugar creates this dopamine roller coaster that keeps us coming back for more.
The dopamine rush.
Yeah.
It's so hard to resist.
Even when we know.
And
it's not good for us.
I know.
Yeah.
It makes you think about our relationship with food in a whole new light.
It really does.
Yeah.
We often focus on, calories and fat. But maybe the bigger issue is how processed foods hijack our brain chemistry, leading to cravings and overconsumption.
Exactly.
And then they go on and they have some refreshing takes on mental well-being.
Mental well-being, okay.
Yeah.
Like this.
And they say that self-care...
Self-care isn't always, bubble baths and spa days.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Sometimes it's about...
It's about tackling those dreaded tasks.
Yeah.
That have been hanging over your head.
I got a few of those.
Me too.
Yeah.
They argue that, that unfinished business creates mental clutter.
Right.
That can drain our energy.
Yeah, I can see it.
And lead to stress.
Absolutely.
So rather than avoiding those tasks, they see tackling them head on as a form of self-respect.
Okay, so it's like almost like a sense of accomplishment.
Yes.
When you get those things done.
It is. Yeah. And a way to free up
mental space.
I love that perspective.
Me too.
And on the topic of mental clarity. They advocate for meditation.
Okay.
But
not like,
not in the way you might think.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they say that even a single conscious breath can be a form of meditation.
Okay, so it doesn't have to be.
It doesn't.
This big ordeal.
No.
Interesting.
It's about finding those moments of stillness.
Right.
Throughout the day.
Okay.
Rather than feeling like you need to
sit in lotus pose.
Yeah.
For hours on end.
Okay, so making it more accessible.
Yes.
It makes meditation seem so much more accessible.
Yes. That's the good way to put it.
Yeah.
It's not about
achieving
some kind of mystical state.
Right. It's just about bringing awareness to the present moment.
Yes.
Even if just for a few seconds.
Exactly.
I like that.
Now let's shift gears a little bit.
Okay.
And talk about the blogger's professional world software development.
Okay.
And they have this knack for explaining these complex technical concepts in a way that anyone can understand.
That's a gift.
Yeah.
To be able to do that.
It is a gift.
Yeah.
Like that analogy they use to differentiate between IT and software development.
IT versus software development.
They say that a software developer is like the taxi driver.
Okay, the taxi driver using the software to get things done.
Right.
While IT is like the mechanic fixing things when they break down.
Okay.
That makes sense?
It does.
Yeah.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah.
I like that.
Such a simple yet effective way to illustrate the difference.
Right.
And when it comes to the future of technology.
Okay.
This blogger is a visionary.
Right.
In a post from September 14th, 2024.
So recently.
Very recently.
Okay.
They predict that AI will advance so rapidly that everyone will have the equivalent of a PhD in their pocket.
Oh, wow.
Within a few weeks.
So we're all going to be geniuses.
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's quite a bold prediction.
It is.
It really highlights
the
exponential growth that we're seeing in AI.
Right.
It's just amazing how fast.
Yeah. And they're right at the forefront.
Yeah. And it really prompts us to consider
like
how this level of accessible knowledge will reshape society.
Totally.
I mean, education,
even
our understanding of expertise. What does it even mean to be an expert anymore?
Right.
If everybody has a PhD in their pocket.
I know.
That's crazy.
It's a brave new world.
It is a brave new world.
Yeah.
And they even envision AI.
They do.
Playing a role in governance.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
They suggest starting small.
Okay.
Like with traffic light optimization.
Okay, traffic light.
Yeah, or garbage collection routes.
Okay, so like more
logistical
things.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And then as the AI proves itself, it
could gradually take on more
complex tasks.
More complex tasks, all right.
Yeah.
That makes sense. They compare it to the way that software slowly replaced some air traffic controller tasks.
Oh, wow.
Initially offering warnings and suggestions before eventually
taking on more control.
Wow. Yeah.
It raises important questions about
the
potential benefits and risks.
For sure.
Of AI integration.
Yeah.
These critical areas of society.
Right.
I mean, what could go wrong?
Exactly.
Right.
But they're also realistic about the limitations of technology.
Right.
They acknowledge that real-world experience is crucial.
In many fields.
Yeah. Arguing that traditional education
doesn't always provide the practical skills needed to succeed.
Exactly.
I mean, it makes sense, especially in fields like software development.
Right.
Where practical application and continuous learning are so important.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they emphasize that learning doesn't stop when you graduate.
Right.
It's an ongoing process.
It is.
Yeah, fueled by curiosity.
Absolutely.
And real-world challenges.
Yeah. I love their perspective on education.
Me too.
It's so refreshing.
Yeah, it's not about dismissing traditional learning.
Right.
It's just about recognizing
exactly
that it's not the only path to success.
Not the only path. And sometimes diving headfirst into real-world projects can be the most effective way to learn and grow.
Absolutely. And sometimes the only way really to learn certain things.
Yeah, you can't learn it in a classroom.
Exactly.
You got to get out there.
You got to do it.
And do it.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to get your hands dirty sometimes.
Exactly. And speaking of hands-on experience, let's dive into the blogger's thoughts on parenting.
Right, parenting.
Okay. Over time, they came to realize that parenting wasn't about molding their child into a mini version of themselves. It was about adapting to their child's unique needs.
Right.
And personality.
Yeah, you got to let them be who they are.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a beautiful evolution of thought.
It is.
And it speaks to the humility and self-awareness.
Yes.
That this blogger embodies.
Absolutely.
It's about letting go of preconceived notions.
Right.
And embracing
the individual journey.
The individual journey.
Each child.
Right, yeah.
And they make this incredibly insightful comparison between understanding a child with ADHD and understanding someone with a physical limitation, like blindness.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They say that.
That's interesting.
Just like you wouldn't expect a blind person to suddenly see.
Yeah.
You can't expect a child with ADHD.
To just snap out of it.
To simply snap out of it.
That's a good analogy.
It's such a powerful analogy.
Yeah.
And it challenges the common misconception.
That it's just a matter of willpower or discipline.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. It highlights the importance of
empathy
and understanding when it comes to neurodiversity.
I liked that a lot.
Me too.
Yeah.
They also share this heartwarming story about their daughter asking them to explain everything they know.
Everything.
It started with a simple question about why the sky is blue.
Oh, okay.
But it turned into this beautiful conversation about the vastness of knowledge and the importance of asking the right questions.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, and it reminds us that curiosity is a gift.
It is.
And as parents, our role is to nurture that curiosity.
Yes.
To guide our children towards asking meaningful questions rather than just giving them all the answers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And here's where the blogger really throws a curveball.
Okay. Yeah, curveball.
They advocate for finding joy in chores.
Joy in chores.
Joy in chores. Okay. They say they'd rather have a life filled with chores
than a life spent working tirelessly to avoid them.
Exactly.
Oh, that's a fascinating perspective.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, it's challenging.
It really does.
Our culture's obsession.
Yeah.
With productivity and optimization.
Yes.
You know, it's like...
Gotta be productive, gotta optimize.
Yeah, you gotta hack your life. And
all this stuff.
All this stuff.
But they're saying...
just slow down.
Just slow down.
Enjoy the chores.
And find the joy in it.
Yeah.
They argue that constantly striving for a life free of chores
is a recipe for disappointment.
Yeah, because it's never going to happen.
Right.
You're always going to have chores.
Exactly.
Instead, they suggest finding satisfaction in this simple act
of completing those everyday tasks.
Yes.
I mean, that makes sense.
It does.
Yeah, it's about shifting our mindset.
Yes.
From viewing chores as burdens to seeing them as opportunities.
Exactly.
To cultivate discipline.
Mindfulness.
A sense of agency in our daily lives.
Yeah, I like that.
And they even highlight the importance of habits for those with ADHD.
Okay.
Noting that the brain circuits related to habits are not affected.
So once a good habit is formed?
It sticks.
It sticks.
Yeah.
That's good news.
For folks with ADHD.
Yeah, and their families.
Yeah.
This offers a hopeful message for individuals with ADHD and their families.
Yeah.
It suggests that with dedication and the right strategies, they can create positive routines and habits that improve their quality of life.
Exactly, yeah.
Now let's delve into some of the blogger's more philosophical musings.
Okay, philosophical.
Yeah.
This I'm interested in.
Yeah. After watching The Martian,
okay.
They were struck by the incredible global effort to rescue a single-stranded astronaut.
Right, yeah.
But they couldn't help but think about
the
countless preventable deaths that happen every day.
That's a good point.
Often without a fraction of the same urgency or attention.
It's about priorities, right?
It is.
It's a poignant observation that raises important questions about our collective priorities.
Yes.
You know, like why are some lives deemed more worthy of saving than others. How do we reconcile these inconsistencies in our response to suffering and loss?
Right.
It's a big question.
Big questions.
Yeah.
They also critique Amazon's customer-centric model, arguing that the seamless experience we enjoy as shoppers often comes at the cost of exploitative practices throughout the supply chain.
Right. I mean, somebody's got to...
Yeah, someone's got to do it.
Get that package to my door in 2 days.
Right.
Right.
And it's tough.
So this raises a crucial ethical dilemma.
Yeah.
Are we willing to...
Turn a blind eye
to the conditions under which our goods are produced and delivered.
For the sake of convenience and low prices,
right.
The blogger urges us to consider the hidden costs of our consumer choices.
That's a good point.
And to advocate for more ethical and sustainable practices.
Yeah.
And in a post about finding fulfillment, they offer a radical suggestion.
Okay.
Sometimes the best thing to do is nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah?
Nothing.
What do you mean just sit there?
Especially when we feel ourselves being pulled back into old patterns of behavior that we know don't serve us.
Okay, so it's like recognizing those patterns.
Yes.
And then just like stopping. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a call to cultivate self-awareness and to be mindful of our impulses.
Absolutely.
Sometimes resisting the urge
to act,
to react,
to jump into the next thing can be the most powerful choice.
Wow, the power of nothing.
I know, right?
It's a counterintuitive idea.
It is.
In a world that constantly pushes us to
do more.
Do more.
Be more. Achieve more.
Yeah, always more.
Yeah.
But this blogger reminds us that sometimes
less is more.
Less is more. Now, let's lighten things up a bit.
Okay.
And explore some of the blogger's more quirky observations about life.
Quirky observations.
They humorously point out that younger generations might not even recognize the sound of a landline dial tone.
Oh, the dial tone.
Yeah.
Oh, that is funny.
I know.
Yeah, they probably never even seen a rotary phone.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a simple observation.
Yeah.
But it highlights
how quickly technology shapes our experiences.
Yes.
Yeah, and creates these generational divides.
It makes you wonder what seemingly commonplace things today will be completely foreign
to future generations. Yeah, it's a great point.
Like, what will our kids be like? Oh my gosh, I can't believe he used to...
I know, right?
Do that.
What a crazy time to be alive.
I know. And then they propose this fascinating thought experiment.
Okay, a thought experiment.
A moving city.
A moving city.
Where schools and shops are on rotating platforms.
Oh, wow.
Constantly changing location.
So the whole city is moving.
Parts of it? Yeah.
Wow.
Like, imagine waking up
to a new view from your window every day.
With different shops and amenities just a short walk away.
That would be cool.
It's such a creative solution to issues of accessibility and urban planning.
Yeah, that's cool.
They even open up about their fear of deep water.
Thalassophobia. Connecting it to the idea that
not everything universally inspires or pleases.
Right.
What might be beautiful and alluring to one person
would be terrifying to another.
Exactly.
Yeah. Our perceptions shape our realities.
They do.
And what might be a source of joy for one person
can be a source of anxiety for another.
For another person.
Yeah, that's true.
They also share a story about breaking a 50-day writing streak.
50 days. Wow.
I know.
That's dedication.
I know.
Yeah.
Emphasizing the importance of resilience and perseverance.
Absolutely.
It's not about being perfect.
It's about getting back up when you stumble.
Yeah.
Right?
Everyone stumbles.
Everybody stumbles.
That's about getting back up.
That's what matters.
Yeah.
Now let's step into the realm of science fiction.
Ooh, science fiction.
Oh, I know, right?
I like where this is going.
You shared an excerpt.
I did.
From the blogger's short story.
Okay.
The Centauri Arc.
The Centauri Arc.
And we're introduced to two characters.
Right.
Clement, a young, enthusiastic space explorer.
Okay.
And Ernest, his jaded mentor.
Oh, so like a young guy and an old kind of grumpy guy.
Working in a cramped observatory.
Okay.
And the contrast between these two characters is so compelling.
I can imagine.
Yeah. Clement's youthful optimism clashes with Ernest's weary cynicism, creating a dynamic tension that pulls you into the story.
And just when you're starting to get invested in their dynamic, the excerpt ends with a cliffhanger.
I know.
An alarm goes off.
Dun, 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 dun.
Signaling a potential world-ending event.
What?
It's a masterful use of suspense.
It is.
Leaving the reader desperate to know.
What happens next?
What happens next?
Yeah.
What is this impending catastrophe?
I know.
Will Clement and Ernest survive?
Yeah.
It's a testament to the blogger's storytelling abilities.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The blogger also has a scientific side,
okay,
which is evident in their deep dive into the possibility of dark energy.
Dark energy.
Being the result of ancient massive black holes.
Wow.
I know.
That's heavy.
It's heavy stuff.
Yeah.
But what's so fascinating is the blogger's willingness to explore unconventional theories.
That's what I like.
They clearly have a passion for cosmology and aren't afraid to grapple with big, mind-bending ideas.
Big questions.
They propose that our Big Bang might not be a unique event, but rather the result of an eon-spanning black hole explosion.
Eon-spanning black hole.
I know.
Is that a thing?
That's a term they coined themselves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they suggest that there could be countless other universes out there. Oh, wow.
Each with its own unique
set of physical laws and constants.
Right.
That's mind-boggling.
It is.
Yeah, it really is.
It speaks to the power of human curiosity.
It does.
And our desire to understand the origins of the universe.
And our place within it.
Yeah. Finally, we get a glimpse into how the blogger sees themselves.
Oh, okay.
Through their identification with the INTP personality type.
INTP personality type.
Which stands for
introversion, intuition, thinking, and perceiving.
Yes. And they relate to Gandalf. From Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
A powerful wizard who is also introspective and strategic.
Okay, so they're kind of a wizard.
In a way,
all right,
this personality connection reveals a lot about the bloggers.
Cognitive preferences.
Yes, they're likely drawn to.
Complex problem solving and joy analyzing systems and patterns.
Yes.
And value knowledge and understanding.
And above all else.
Okay, I can see that.
They find it amusing.
That despite Gandalf's immense power, he still takes joy in creating fireworks for the hobbits.
Right.
And they connect this to the importance of finding simple pleasures in life.
Even amidst grand adventures and challenging circumstances.
Right.
So don't forget the little things.
Don't forget the little things.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful reminder that no matter how much knowledge or power we accumulate, it's the simple joys that truly enrich our lives.
Yeah, it speaks to a balanced and grounded approach to life.
Yes.
Something we see reflected throughout the blogger's writing.
Absolutely.
It's not about choosing between intellectual pursuits and simple pleasures.
Right.
But finding harmony between the two.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah.
This deep dive has been an absolute whirlwind.
It has been.
We've covered so much ground.
So much.
From the intricacies of gluten sensitivity to the vastness of the cosmos.
Yeah, the blogger's mind goes everywhere.
It does. It does. What stands out to you as the most compelling thread running through it?
All these diverse topics.
If I had to choose one word to encapsulate the essence of this blogger's journey, I think it would be curiosity.
Curiosity.
Yeah, every post, every reflection, every anecdote reveals a deep-seated hunger for knowledge.
Absolutely.
And a willingness to explore uncharted territories.
I completely agree. They never shy away from asking tough questions.
Nope.
Whether it's about the limitations of healthcare, the ethical dilemmas of consumerism, or the mind-boggling possibilities of the universe.
Exactly. And it's not just about asking questions.
Right.
It's about actively seeking answers.
Yes.
Experimenting.
Challenging assumptions.
Challenging assumptions and constantly pushing boundaries of their understanding.
So what can our listeners take away from this deep dive into the mind of a software developer turned philosopher, scientist, and storyteller?
I think the blogger's journey offers a powerful invitation to embrace lifelong learning and to view the world with a sense of wonder and curiosity. I love that.
It's about finding joy in the process of discovery.
Yes.
Whether it's through personal experimentation, deep philosophical reflection, or simply observing the world around us with fresh eyes.
Beautifully put. And to leave you with one final thought to ponder.
Okay.
Inspired by the blogger's fascination with the past and future, if you could choose one piece of knowledge to send back in time 100 years.
100 years.
What would it be and why? What impact do you think it would have on the world as we know it?
That's a fascinating question.
It is.
And one that I encourage all of our listeners to contemplate.
Yes.
It challenges us to consider the advancements we often take for granted.
Right.
And to imagine how different the world might be if certain knowledge had been available sooner.
Yeah, it really makes you think.
It does.
Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey through the mind of a truly remarkable blogger.
This was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed this one.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep that spark of curiosity alive.
Absolutely.